Jay from Team DMA. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. So I know I've been away for a while. I've been busy. Like I said, it's gonna be like that all the way till May. We're gonna be having another tournament, but I'm waiting to finish the giveaway. So I did send some giveaways out already, and I'm waiting for them to receive it. Once they receive it, the next people will be up. DC is gonna be up next, and then after that, I think we had three people. I sent giveaways in the last week. The last one was Adele. After he receives it, then it's DC, and then after DC, because he won the tournament, after DC we're gonna have GoldenEye, and then after GoldenEye, that will be it for the giveaways, and then we can start the next tournament. Congratulations again to DC. You want to go visit his channel? He's amazing. He's awesome. So like I said, I'm gonna be busy somewhere until May, and then it's gonna slow down. So I've been concentrating on a lot of other things, and that's the beginning of the year. I think everybody's in the same boat, but it's uh, it's worth the wait because I have a video. This profile beat. That's right, you guys. I beat the Fire King profile, so that congratulations on that to myself. So there is no deck that I can't beat anymore. This is all the AC 130. It's the budget, the budget version. So this is what's funny about the AC 130. So it is the world's cheapest deck. It has three versions. It has the I think it's the $30, 65, and then it has the 140 is the top. There's nothing above it. So on that deck, I added top tier cards because the deck is meant to be cheap because I give the decks away for free. Like people don't buy them, I give them away for free, and people who want to build them, I sell them the cards for cheap, like close to $1 per card. Obviously, there's cards that are gonna be expensive, like Dragoon and whatnot, but that's a different story. But the deck was created for like 140. Okay, there's been an update on the extra deck monsters, and it worked out in my favor. It did work out in my favor, and I did win. Like I said, finally. So I'm very happy, very excited. There is no existing deck that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh that AC-130 has not beat now. All the tier lists has been defeated. I'm going to be showing you guys some of the duels later in the future. But I'm going to show you how I created it, what happened. And then I'm going to show you what happens here because a lot of people are asking me questions about extra deck monsters and XYZ monsters. There's a lot of questions. So I'm going to do a quick overview. We got to move quickly because it's a lot of stuff to cover. And you know I like to keep my video short. So this deck is broken. If you have this deck, look at the profile. The profile has been updated for 2024, which is this year, January. So I'll show you the guys the profile if it gets enough likes, and then I'll see my subscribers. Once I get to enough subscribers, I'll show you guys the profile, and then I'll show you some of the duels with the deck. It is broken. So before we begin the duel, it does win duels against everything, but against Fire King, you already know it has the draw. The Fire King's at the top of the line. People are gonna argue, but honestly, it is. It's pretty powerful. So when you get drawed by Fire Kings, it's hard to beat them. But there is times when you don't get drawed. You get like Ash, and if you don't get draw, you win the duel. So I'm so excited. I'm very happy. But when they do hit you with the draw, it's a lot more difficult because you can't search anymore and you're kind of frozen and all you have is your floodgate. So you can win the duel, but like I said, I'm not gonna lie, after the draw it's harder to win. It's not like the top tier popular Dark Magician deck that everyone plays, that as soon as you play draw you lose. This deck can play through draw. The thing is, the percentage of the win rate decreases, but it doesn't mean you won't win. But I'm not gonna lie, every time I got draws with Fire Kings, I did lose every time. The only time that I won were when I didn't take a draw. So every other deck, it survives a draw, and it can beat any other decks. I already showed you guys the profile. The current state of 2024 is broken. You can't even win with top tier Dark Mission. I had to remake the deck, the AC-130 for 2024 edition, and I'll show you guys in the future the way it plays, and then the mechanics. And the beauty about it is this is pure Dark Mission. In the whole world, there's no existing Dark Mission pure that can beat all the decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Guaranteed. This deck is nasty. Nasty. With the Magia, it's going to be able to do 15 negates and interrupts, and it's a budget deck. I'm going to be giving one of these decks away for free. And then After that, the rest will be sold on my online shop. I'll put the link. It's going to be on the $1 shop. I'm going to put the extra deck monsters, and then after that, I'll put the monsters, and then after that, the spells, and after that, the traps. Because I don't want to post it and I'll sell. Like, you guys have to buy it in order for me to do the rest. Like, do the extra deck, and then do the monsters, and then do the spells, and then do the traps. And they're all going to be relatively cheap. All the cards are, I'm going to try my hardest to reach $1 per card. There is a few cards that are going to be $2, and some of them are going to be more expensive, like the Magician Souls, but I'm going to be having some common versions of it. So let's get on with the video. So Rod, Search, Servant, Salvation, Set Eternal, Link, and then from there we're going to the Moon Maiden, Link, Trigger, a Restage Special, Link, Crawly, Activate, Draw, Servant, Stack, Knowledge, Draw, Trigger, Dump, Special, Activate, Double Draw, Triple Draw. Even if they actually, it doesn't matter because it still serves the Omni Negate for the spell. Circle, Activate, 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 Activate. So it was a pretty complicated and crazy combo. There's the only way you can win in 2024 with this deck. Like, it's super broken, super ugly, super nasty, super draw, and like there's way too much on the field for you to handle. It's way better than the 2023 version. I had to upgrade because Yu-Gi-Oh's too crazy right now. So I'll show you what we have on the end board. Activate. Okay, so this is our end board right now, and this is the board that beat the Fire King's profile. So we're gonna take a look at what's going on. So in the removed, we have Servant and Moon Maiden, and then in the graveyard, these are all the cards that we have in the graveyard. You can take a look, and then this is what we have in the field. So this is the new combo for 2024. So it is a village, and then they won't be able to link climb because of the summon limit. They can't, because they summon once and then they summon twice and then that's it. They're done. And then when they do happen to summon past that, we activate the Circle Eternal to banish if they had a spellcaster. And sometimes people, you do play like against a mirror match. So what I'm going for is the SP Little Knight. So as the SP Little Knight stays out there, and what happens is the SP Little Knight is up here, and then when they summon the first spellcaster, I trigger the effect SP, and then I banish both the spellcasters, and when they summon the other spellcaster, I trigger the effect of Eternal Circle to banish it. And they already reached the 2 limit, and then the Dark Magician is still on the field, and you have the spellbook with the right hand. And there's nothing they can do. They have to end their turn. On top of that, you do have more cards, and usually you draw even more cards. Sometimes the board ends with the Dragoon and all this on top of the SP Little Knight. So it's pretty ugly, pretty broken. It feels like a tier 0 profile to me. And in the deck, it does incorporate the usual, like the Dark Bribe and then the Naruto, because sometimes I don't hit the Dragoon, or like you see right now, or the field will change a bit. But the main thing that I'm trying to do is stop all the spells and then stop the special summon spam. If they do spam, it'll be locked, and then they'll have like access to 2 monsters, but it doesn't matter because they will both be banished. And then I'll have Omni Negates on the board. So if you look at it right now, we're going to take a look at the board. So we have the village, that's 1, and then 2 here, and then 3, and then 4, 5, and then we have 6 with the Cowboy 6, and then 7 with the, what's his name? The Bestial, 7, and then 8 with the SP Little Knight. So it's like 8 negations and interruptions how I set the board. So people may be asking like, well, why don't you summon the SP Little Knight? Because I notice sometimes when I go against the mirror match and I'm going against a spellcaster, they'll summon a spellcaster or not because there's no spellcaster in the field, right? And the village is not active. So sometimes what I'd rather do is leave a spellcaster already in the field to leave it locked, and a lot of decks are auto loss. Now, if you do a mirror match or any tier 1 or tier 0, well, there's no tier 0 right now, but tier 1 decks like Fire Kings, what they try to do is they'll summon, and then they'll link climb or Dragon Link, and they'll go into the Charmer. But it doesn't work anymore. That's the thing of the past because summon limit locks it. And then there has been people that have, by miracle, brought a spellcaster on the board because they have like a spellcaster. Like they'll play like purposely, they'll play a fake Veiler. Like they'll summon once and they figure out they can't link climb anymore because I have the summon limit. So the second monster, they'll summon Fake Veiler as the spellcaster. So what I do is I banish it with SP Little Knight, or I'll banish it with Circle Eternal, and then that's the end of the turn. They just auto lose Fire Kings and everything that exists. So you guys are welcome. This is a profile that you're gonna want to try. And the deck is really, really, really ugly, nasty. Like as it is, it has a Naruto. It has here you could take a look at the extra deck. Here's what's in the extra deck. So there's a lot of combos, and this introduces the Super Slayer, and I'm gonna show you guys the Super Slayer combo right now, and then the Azalea. So this is the updated version. So you guys are welcome because I wasn't gonna show the extra deck, but you guys seen it right now. So let's move on forward to so that we can see the Super Slayer. So you got the Rod, Search, activate, it gets negated, Salvation set, activate, stack, Dark Magician, get Dark Magician, and then from there, you use anything that's on the board, the highest attack, as I was telling people before with the Super Slayer, and you make them, and then you'll get to bounce back a card. So what I was gonna do is trigger the Eternal, and then banish it. But as you can see here, it doesn't have any Dark Mission, so I accidentally clicked on mine. So when I accidentally clicked on mine, I was like, well, I was gonna banish it anyway, so I triggered the effect to send itself back to the graveyard because I was gonna remove it anyways, right? And then from there, from that follow-up turn at the very end of the duel, the deck is going to be bringing all the Omni Negates on the board, and it still has a lot of Omni Negates on spell and trap in the decks, like bribes and stuff like that. It has a Naruto, Dragoon. I wanted to include 2 Dragoon, but yeah, the opponent is no longer none of the cards he plays resolve anymore. Like Evenly Match is negated, the Super Polys don't work, the Rulers don't work, Lightning Storm, none of those cards resolve because the right hand burns them all, even if it says you can't activate them. And then the deck has the skill drain and everything on top of it, so it's like super broken. I'm not lying, it feels like a tier 0. It's like really, really violent and ugly. Yeah, so if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. This video is for the person who asked about the Super Slayer, and there's a lot of people asking about it, and I've showed you how to play it. All it is 2 different ways, but the way you want to use it on the Dark Magician is your opponent has to use at least 2 extra deck monsters on your current turn or the previous, and if he does that, you select one of your monsters with the highest attack, you make Super Slayer. And then from there you can use the material to bounce back a card. And also any monsters 3000 or above is a skill drain. So it's a really good card to have in your deck. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, as I promised, I told you I would deliver. I know there's no one that exists on YouTube out of the millions of YouTubers that has such a low budget cheap deck and so extremely broken powerful. And then I helped you guys solve the issue because everybody is always wondering like, oh, the village, and I always say village is bad, the village is bad, but I found a way to play the village. You have to play it with the right hand followed with the summon limit. So you have to play the right ratios to get them. And the draw, this deck can play through the draw. It can play through the draw. It's just that, I'm not gonna lie, decks that are like first place champion, world champions, like tier 1 decks that can establish 12 negates per turn, like Fire Kings and stuff like that, those decks, when you take a draw, it's a lot harder to beat them. I'm not gonna lie, it is difficult. These decks are difficult to beat. But if you're like playing against any regular top tier, as long as it's not a YCS first place champion deck, the draw does nothing to you. But the first place champion, world champion decks, those are difficult. They're a lot harder to beat if you get drawn. I'm not saying you auto lose. You do win, but the chances of you winning switches to like 50% because you're getting drawn, and then after that you're getting played with evenly matched to follow it up. You know, so it's not that easy. You have to have a lot of negations on the board, and that's it for the video, you guys. Hopefully you guys liked the video. Any questions or concerns, let me know. Then I'm gonna put the link on this video for the shop. You guys go make sure you check out the $1 shop. It'll be available any of these days. It'll be available. I'll start with the extra deck, then the monsters, then the spells, and then at the end it'll be the traps. And good luck to whoever buys them. Like I said, it's just gonna be $1 per card. You're gonna be able to build this deck, the AC 130. So you guys are welcome. And any questions or concerns, let me know. And with that having been said, you guys, Dark Magic Attack.